Keynote speaker, Mr. Zach Zimmerman.
Let me set my timer first so I don't go over time, right? Thank you guys for having me. Let me thank my fellow veterans first. There's nothing like being around a bunch of people who volunteered to go serve, people that you are never going to meet, you're never going to know, but volunteered to go lay their life down. Josh stole my scripture from the Bible. But it's true. There's no greater love that exists than someone who's willing to lay down everything that they are for their beliefs and the people at home that want to live in that freedom, live in that purpose, live in that providence, as George Washington, I think, would say. Thank you guys for being willing to do that. It's an honor for me to be here with you guys. And you hear in a bio and you hear all of that stuff, and I'm sure most of you guys heard just one little piece. How did someone from Lovington get to be in such an elite group of people and fight on a team that most people don't know anything about? So I'll tell you that, and then I'm going to give you the real story about it. So I joined the Air Force and I volunteered for pararescue, and from pararescue, you go through that, and about 80% of the people in that training wash out, so they quit. And at the end of that, there was a group from the Army that came recruiting, and he said, what does the Army have to do with the Air Force? I'll let you know. And so they're recruiting into a team called, it's TACP. And so what you have is a group of Army Special Forces, and they attach an airman, someone from the Air Force, to that team, and they communicate with the planes in the air, so close air support. So these are the guys on the ground calling in airstrikes from the air. So they have somebody from the Air Force there that speaks Air Force lingo, because each branch of the military has their own acronyms, and you have to learn a whole language when you go into the military. So Air Force has theirs, Army has theirs. So rather than trying to teach the Army guys a whole new set of an acronym, so then they bring the Air Force in. So you have a team of mostly Army and one Air Force guy. So from that point on, I basically lived an Army life rather than an Air Force life. So the food got a lot worse, I'll tell you that. The beds are worse. Everything's worse except for the people, right? And so I lived in TACP, went through that training, and from that training, I was recruited not to Delta, but just it's Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta, okay? And so there's a lot of people in that, and this is primarily at Fort Bragg, and so I went through that training and was attached to a team that served the Defense Intelligence Agency, the DIA, which nobody had heard of until this year. Now there's a TV show out, The Break, and there's a team attached to the Defense Intelligence Agency, and all of a sudden, all of this stuff is public knowledge. So how did I end up there? I'll tell you, I strategically stumbled into those places. It wasn't a plan, it was God's plan, but it wasn't my plan. So today, rather than talk about me, I want to talk about you guys. Each and every one of you has a purpose, has a destiny, has a plan that's been laid out in front of you, even though you might not be able to see the next step. Each of you is unique. Each of you has a special purpose in this world. Each of you has a way to change this world. Each of you has something inside of you that I don't have. Each of you can do something that I can't do. So how do we get there? The best way to describe it is like an airplane. So when the Wright brothers were building their airplane, one of the first things they realized is they had to keep the weight down on the plane. You get an airplane too heavy, it's never going to get in the air. All of us have things in our lives that hold us back. All of us have people and advice that says you can't do it, you can't make it, you'll never get there. I'm here to tell you that that's weight that you can shed, that you can get rid of. So the first thing we have to do is realize, who do we listen to? Surround yourself with people that have a purpose. with people that have a destiny, with people that have dreams, and will build you up, will encourage you, but won't lie to you when you get out of line. They'll tell you the truth. Surround yourself with people that are real. Surround yourself with people that have dreams, that have purpose, that have a destiny. And sometimes we have to learn who to ignore, right? And that's the difficult part. Sometimes we have friends that are going down a path that we can't go. It doesn't mean you can't be friends with them. It just means that I can't go down that path. It means that I have to be the example. That I hope that we can travel the same path someday, but if these guys decide to go down the path and I can't do it, I'm going to let them go and pray for them. Be an example for them, but I'm not going to go down that path. And always surround yourself with a core group of people that will build you up, encourage you. That's extremely important. The reason the old saying, right, birds of a feather flock together, it's true. Okay, so if you want to do something, find someone that's good at that and talk to them. Be around them. It's as easy as that. So shed the weight that you have to shed. And then they had to learn about aerodynamics, right? You have to shape a plane the right way. We have to remain pliable. I have to remain teachable. No matter what I've done, no matter who I am, no matter how much education I have, no matter what degree I have, no matter what my title is, it doesn't matter. I can learn from any one of you in this room. If I'm a doctor, if I have a master's degree, it doesn't matter. I'm a pastor, I'm a business owner, I was in the Air Force, I was in Delta. None of that matters when I'm speaking to you and I can learn something from you. Be open-minded. The people you meet. You never know who you'll learn from. I've learned my biggest, most important lessons from my kids, right? My children have taught me more about the world, more about God especially, than any other person on this planet. So if I can learn from my kids, I can learn from anyone. We have to remain pliable to the good influences, but steadfast and sturdy against the negative influences. Anyone who tells you you can't, I'm here to tell you you can. There's nothing in this world, especially in this country, that you can't accomplish. There's no dream too high. There's no purpose that you can't reach. If you can dream it, you can do it in this country. And I think it's important for veterans to say, look, I fought for you to be able to live in a country where that's possible. Take advantage of it. Use it. Don't be afraid to take chances and take risks. One of the things that I've learned as I get older is, first of all, when you turn 40, 50 is not very old, and 60 is not real old either. Those people are still young, right? So the older I get, the younger that sounds. But I've noticed that as I look back on my life, I don't regret risks that I took and I failed. I regret the opportunities that I had that I didn't take. So risk. Take a chance. If you fail, get up and go again. You won't get to the end of your life and say, I wish I hadn't taken that risk. You'll get to the end of your life and you'll say, I wish I would have taken a chance. So don't ever let fear or doubt stop you. Those aren't stop signs. Usually they're green lights, right? If someone shows up and says, hey, you can't do it, it's probably a green light to tell you, go ahead and try. And if you fail, so what? Get up and try again. That's why this country is great. It's why this country is great. To George Washington, he failed more times than he succeeded. He failed an awful lot before he succeeded at becoming the general and leading this country into the greatest, probably the greatest civilization that's ever existed. This country is the greatest country on the face of the planet. I've been to a lot of them. I've been in India, I've been in Germany, I've been in the Eastern Bloc countries, I've been in Russia, I've been in the desert, Afghanistan, Iraq, all of those hot spots, Africa, South America. I've been in a lot of places, and I can guarantee you this is, by far, the greatest country on the face of the planet. We have greater opportunities here than anyone else on the planet. So take advantage of them. Risk. Take a chance. If you fail, get back up and risk again. And then the last point, I guess, and I'll stay here for a minute, but a plane has to have velocity. With no movement, the plane will never get in the air. So be consistently moving. Try something. Don't sit and wait. In physics, right, an object that's not in motion tends to stay not in motion. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. It's true in life. If we sit and wait for an opportunity, opportunity will pass. So I'm going to use the Bible. I'm a preacher. I can't help it. I have to, right? So when Jesus passes by, how many times did he pass by? The woman, say with the issue of blood, right? He passes by. He didn't stop walking. She had to get up and go after him to get her miracle. Many opportunities, the door opens, but if I'm sitting and refuse to walk through the door, I'll never know what's on the other side of that door. I have to get up and walk through the door. So take chances. Advance on your opportunities. Don't let an opportunity pass you by. Whatever your dream is, don't let it die. Each and every one of you have a purpose. And I want to encourage you, find out what you love. And especially to you high school students, don't let anyone tell you that you can't make a living at what you love. Today, more than any time in history, if you love it, you can monetize it. It doesn't matter what it is. Pursue your passion. Chase your dream. Follow your destiny, and you'll figure out a way to make a living at it. Maybe not right at first, but I promise you, there's a way to make a living at what you love. And if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Pursue your dreams. Follow your passions. Find your purpose and chase it. Find your dream and follow it. Don't let anyone be a stop sign to you. Surround yourself with great people and then listen to their advice. See, so I guess I'll close, right? But sometimes there are things in our lives that we have to get rid of before we can get off the ground. Every rocket that you ever see launched into space, what happens? At the end of the first stage of the burn, there's something that falls away from the rocket because it can't make it into the second part of its life unless that piece burns up and falls away. So there's something in each of us today probably that we're holding on to, some bitterness or some anger or unforgiveness. We have to let go of those things so that we can reach for the next thing. Don't let the negativity that gets thrown at you become an anchor. Use it as fuel for the fire to burn you into your next stage of life. Follow your purpose, dream big, and chase your destiny. Thank you guys for having me. It's been an honor to be here. You guys, I want to reiterate, find what you love and chase it. Please do that. I think you'll honor the veterans better if you find your purpose and chase it. I think that would honor us in a way that you can't possibly imagine. I would love to come back here in 10 years and see one of you up here speaking to me and telling me how you got to where you are. It would honor us greatly if you guys would do that. Thank you guys very much. It's been an honor.
Thank you to all of you that attended today. Veterans Day is a day that is set aside every year for us to honor our veterans, especially those that are living. Thank you to the veterans today that have shown up for our celebration, to honor you for all the sacrifices and the courage that you displayed during your time in service. We worked really hard today to put a program together that was worthy of honoring you today. I hope we have met that goal for each and every one of you veterans. Because of your service, we're able to assemble today in a safe and fearless environment that we can get together and honor you. Thank you for your service. I would also like to thank a few people. Mr. Zimmerman, thank you for your speech. I really appreciate that. Also, Josh, what a wonderful speech you put together today. Let's have an applause for Josh. Also, we need a bigger applause for Grace Kim. What a wonderful job you did singing. Thank you to Ben Alexander for their song. Lovington High School Choir, Lovington High School Band, and there are lots and lots of people behind the scenes. I'd like to thank Candy Raines for being the head, taking the lead in organizing this assembly today. Once again, I need to let you know that when we leave the auditorium, we are going to allow the veterans to exit first up into the lobby area and guests. Students, high school students who would like to exit the same way, and if you feel compelled to go ahead and shake hands and visit with the veterans, that would be really, really special. Then Alexander, I guess you will exit through here. Thank you for your attendance one more time. Students, we will return back to lunch at 12:45. Once again, thank you, veterans, for all that you do. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, veterans, when you hear your group called, please stand and be recognized with applause.